I just have to catch that part for a little bit so I can go back and edit it. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. It's your girl Tennille, but you know that I told you we have a very, very special guest today, and I'm so excited about this because you know I love women empowerment. I love when we are doing our thing, and I especially love when the men are included. That's why I keep the fellas with me. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce our very, very special guest regarding the event that we told you about earlier. I cannot wait for you guys to meet Miss Tiffany Mitchelle. Tiffany, are you there?
Hey, thank you, thank you.
Welcome, welcome, welcome to I'm Just Saying live show. Now we are about to get in on the dirty, ladies and gentlemen. She is the founder of Women and Wine Empowerment Weekend. Okay,
Yes.
this is a 2-day session full of fun, learning. A lot of times we can't learn together. We can party together, but we can't learn together. And she's found a way to combine the two for ladies just like me and you. So, Tiffany, tell us a little bit about yourself before we get started on the event.
Okay, so I am Tiffany Mitchelle. I am the founder and visionary of Women and Wine Empowerment Weekend. This is our second year having this weekend, and we're having it in Houston this year, August 12th and 13th. So, yeah, I have a travel agency. That's my background. So, yeah.
So I was digging through your bio and I was like, ooh, we've got a lot in common. I love to travel, which we know most of us do, but we can't ever find time with our families and things of this nature. So I really like the fact that you took it upon yourself to help those single women out there with children and kind of harnessed on that piece. Tell me a little bit about how that went.
So basically, I come from a background of travel. My dad worked at the airlines. My mom was a manager at Hertz Rent a Car. So we always took trips, and we were missing the piece of hotel discounts. So we had the airline discounts, we had the car discounts. So I decided to go ahead and get my travel agent's license, just really doing it for a hobby to get that piece of it. And fast forward a couple of years later, got laid off from my job, and it turned into a career. So I decided to step out on it, and I just met a lot of women who want their kids to experience things, like Disney or, Universal Studios, stuff like that. And we were able to kind of curate trips for single moms on a budget to kind of make it affordable for everyone.
So let me say this. I'm always trying to get my kids to do the experience, to have the fun, to do all these things. When you were planning these trips for the women, because I know a lot of women here that are watching will ask, when you're out there by yourself, what are one or two of the little tips that you can kind of give us? Because I know we're not here to talk about travel, but what are one of the two little tips that you can give us on a trip, traveling alone with your kids? What are the things that you think moms need to know when they're venturing out there?
The biggest thing that I tell people is to go during school. It's okay to take your kids out of school for 2 or 3 days to go on a vacation. Because everything is more expensive when school is out. When it's Christmas break, summer break, spring break, any type of break from school, trips go up.
Now,
So
listen, parents, y'all know we have these new breaks though that they haven't caught wind of yet. We got this winter, fall, solstice,
exactly,
or whatever is going on.
exactly.
I definitely have a trip plan for that because we haven't been to the museum yet. We're gonna go up to DC on one of these little breaks that we have. Now,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, if you are just tuning in, I have Miss Tiffany Mitchelle here, and we're going to be talking about Women and Wine Empowerment Weekend. Tell me about some of these phenomenal speakers that you have going on for this event coming up.
So this event is pretty much about everything. So we pretty much handpick speakers that can share stories that are relatable to our guests. So we have Letitia Pearson from Bell Collective. We have Dr. Heavenly. She's a ball of fun on Married to Medicine. We have Super Scent, who we literally saw her come from, just making videos on YouTube. And
yeah, everybody watched her journey online.
Yes.
Internet is such a big thing. So that's cool that you incorporated her.
Yep.
Okay.
So we have Super Scent, we have Trey the Truth, which is like Houston's hometown hero.
Mm-hmm.
And he does a lot for the community.
He just recently himself had an event for women empowerment, and I did definitely want to talk to you about men being included in this and how important it is that they celebrate the powerful women in our lives as well. Yes. So tell us a little bit about why you decided to incorporate that.
Because I believe that it is really important to incorporate men in fixing our crown. A lot of times we get information and advice and from our girlfriends, but we're used to that. That's what's expected. You know, as women, we are expected to say, oh, you're pretty, oh, you're this. That's what we hear all the time. But when a man says it and a man pours into you, you know, it kind of feels a little bit different sometimes.
Right.
And
so it gets different. I think it gets a different response a lot of times, because, you know, sometimes that make you go just a little bit harder, coming from, you know, male perspective, because, you know, we always feel like they don't want to give us credit for a thing.
Yes, it does. It does. You know, I mean, that's no different. Just let's say your husband and you're like, how do I look? And he's like, oh, you look okay. And you're like,
he tell you look good, you about to run the room.
Like, you look hot today. You like, I mean, your back is straight now. You walking a little different. So
got that pep in your step. Okay, so next, I know we have these phenomenal speakers that are going to be in the building, but let's talk about what people will take away from this. What do you expect during this weekend that women will walk away with that they can't get anywhere else?
I always get the question on, is it just for entrepreneurs? And it's not. Even though a lot of people have started businesses since COVID, but we pretty much pour into every part of the woman. So even if you don't have a business, we talk about mental health. We talk about financial freedom. We talk about, there's one lady, she's a doll maker. And we talk about just pouring into your kids and kind of uplifting your kids. And so we pretty much talk about everything, female health and wellness. We even have somebody, she's not confirmed yet, but that's a plastic surgeon that talks about how we see ourselves. Because a lot of times your mental health is connected to what you look at when you see yourself in the mirror. And so, yeah, we pretty much talk about everything. So you can leave expecting to, whatever it is that has been on your mind,
something's gonna touch you.
Yeah, something's gonna touch you.
That's great, because I know that a lot of people are out there looking for this transformation of life, you know, validation that they're doing the right thing in their craft. And it is so great, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna tell you, to put yourself around other people who are like-minded, who are trying to move in the right direction, because we don't have it all figured out. I did also see in your bio that you say you tried the different pieces, and I know that there's so many ups and downs, because I'm a CEO myself, if you will, and I have several different businesses. You know, luckily we stroking along. But what do you have to say to the other female entrepreneurs out there? You know, since you said that it's not, and sometimes we have to keep our mental health in check when we're doing these types of things. What do you have to say to the other female entrepreneurs out there who are trying to get to the status where you are?
I would just say keep going, because a lot of times when you don't see it happening as fast as you want it to, your mental health kicks in and you're like, you know what, this is not for me. Just because it happened for that person, it's not going to happen for me. Keep going. Make yourself visible and be consistent.
Be consistent. I did also like, before we get into the wine, because you know I like to drink a little bit, just in case y'all forgot. Okay. Just in case y'all forgot. I wanted to talk to you because I saw in there as well that you started out doing this, you know, talking to young girls, trying to empower the young women. Do we have a space at this event carved out for those that are under 21?
Well, not this particular event, but we are in the works of curating something else for younger women. Because of the wine portion of it, we can't. But yeah, we're definitely working on something for that.
Yeah, I saw that you do that. I love working with children and have done that for
Me
quite
too.
some time now through my
Mhm,
nonprofit. And
mhm,
so I thought that that was great, that that was kind of where you built your home for talking to people. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know, you know, we like to talk about business here, and being comfortable in your setting and with the people that you're talking to is really, really important. You seem very comfortable talking about what you're doing. Seems like you love what you're doing. Now let's get to the wine, okay? Let's get to the wine.
mhm.
How will wine be incorporated in this?
So basically, how I came up with this event is, as women, we love talking over wine. So throughout the panels and the discussions, we will have wine tasting. So we'll have someone come around, they'll give out wine tastings, and then we're just having good, just like girlfriends having good conversation over wine.
I
So
love
throughout the
it.
day, at certain points of the day, we will have wine tastings.
Okay, so wine tastings throughout. I don't think that you can beat these. Tell everybody when the event is, where the event is, how they can follow you on social media, and where they can get their tickets.
So the event is August 12th and 13th here in Houston, Texas at Norris Conference Center, City Center. It's in City Center. You can get your tickets at womenandwineweekend.com. Follow us on social media at Women and Wine Weekend on Instagram and Women and Wine Empowerment Weekend on Facebook.
I love that everything is all lined up. Women and wine. It sounds like a ton of fun to me. Now, let's get back to some of these speakers and some of the different things, because she told you that she's going to do health and wellness. Not only included in that is mental health. Are we going to do a little business chat? Who else do we have coming? Because that flyer is beautiful, but it's got a lot of beautiful faces on it and very prominent people, if you will. So let's keep on down the list just a little bit.
hmm So we also have a segment called Dear Alpha Female. So that is with Crystal Jordan, and she has some people from Put a Ring on It, and
Okay.
then she has some other prominent people. She has an attorney, and basically they're talking about relationships and it's men and women. So basically, she's talking about it's not him, it's you. So.
We do.
Mhm.
We definitely need to tap more into that. I'm always telling people, yes, daddy. You got to start saying yes sometimes. Let that man lead just a little bit.
Just
You
a
will be a
little
lot
bit.
happier.
Just a little bit, and it's okay.
It is
It'll
okay.
feel good. If I had a man to lead me right now, my air wouldn't be broke.
What you
So
he wouldn't be bro. What you say? He would have handled that.
he
Look,
would have had it done.
it is definitely hot out here in Houston, ladies
It
and
is.
gentlemen, and this is going to be one of the hottest events in Houston, because you know I'm not bringing you anything less than that. So you definitely need to make sure that you check out Women and Wine Empowerment Weekend that's coming up real soon. So you need to go ahead and purchase your
Next week.
tickets August 12th through the 13th at the Norris Conference Center, ladies and gentlemen. Let me see. I'm trying to think. Do you have any other things that are coming up that you would like to talk about at all?
I have some other things coming up. I'm working on something with Dr. Heavenly. It's not put together yet, so I can't really discuss it. But if they follow my pages, we're going to talk about it really soon, and follow her as well because she talks about it a lot on her live.
Y'all definitely follow the pages. Remember,
Mhm.
this is I'm Just Saying Live. This is Miss Tiffany Mitchelle. We are here talking about women and wine and being empowered. Okay, so if you want to come out, have you a girlfriend's chat about how to get your life together, this is the event for you. Okay, right at the beginning of the school going back, you need to get yourself in check too. You're encouraging your kids to do the right thing. You need to
Yeah.
do the right thing too, to be able
Yeah.
to move in the right direction. Tiffany has created a space for that. We're super excited to have you doing this and to be bringing these speakers to us. One more question about the business side of this.
Mhm.
When you were going about, because I know a lot of people talk about this, when you were going about building your list of the people that were going to participate in this event, how did you start that process?
Well, one, I look at their story, like you say, how we saw Super come from, where she was to where she is now. And I also try to pick people who are personable, who don't mind mixing and mingling, going around to the vendors, who don't mind taking pictures. And so that's the foundation of who I
Okay.
pick. And then of course I reach out and just to see, how we can come together on, if they're even interested. But yeah, the foundation is picking someone that's relatable.
Okay. And what's our attire for this? How we dressing for this occasion?
I would say just come in your,
Woo-hoo.
be real chic. Be real. The colors are pink, black, and white, but of course you don't have to wear that color. I'm
Okay.
thinking, well, just come
Casual
ready
chic,
to,
ladies and gentlemen. She said,
yes.
come on and be your cheeky self. Well, Tiffany, I have enjoyed this conversation. Thank you so much for what you're doing for the city of Houston in the way of women empowerment. We cannot wait to see how this thing goes. So, ladies and gentlemen, make sure that you follow her on all her social media platforms. She told you they are Women and Wine Empowerment, right?
Mhm.
Now, where can they follow you personally to get details and things of this nature one more time?
Mhm. So the page for the event, the page for the event is Women and Wine Weekend, Women and Wine Empowerment Weekend on Facebook, and Women
All
and
right.
Wine Weekend on Instagram.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is Miss Tiffany Mitchelle. Thank you so much, Tiffany.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.